Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Virtue, the hip hop anchor, and this is The Anchor Show. So today's topic is kind of, I guess, geared a little bit more towards my golden era heads, because y'all gonna know a little bit more about this. And unfortunately, I know too much about this. But how has your budget affected your ability to be a good hip hop fan? You know what I'm saying? That's the question for you. Because personally, I can remember numerous times where I wasn't up on like the newest album that came out because I just didn't have the money to get it. You know what I mean? Or if there was a few albums that came out at the same time, you might have money to get one, or if you're lucky, maybe two. You know what I mean? But definitely wasn't getting all of them at the same time. So there was probably some money spent on blank tapes and asking other cats to borrow their tapes and making dubs and all that kind of stuff. So shout out to the 90s era hero, which is the cassette tape and the video cassette, because I had a good collection of videos on video cassette too, because I used to like to get ready to those in the morning for school and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? But so yeah, man, how has your budget affected your ability to be a good hip hop fan? Did y'all have to miss out on any good albums like I did? Another thing that used to strike me or impact me or afflict me when I was a hip hop fan younger in the 90s was buying an album because you heard one hot single. You know what I mean? And then you get the album and then you find out that joint is whack. Or you know what I'm saying? The one hot single that you heard is the only good song on the album, man. I fell victim to that a couple of times. But if I remember correctly, I think Warehouse Records back in the day used to let you bring something back if you didn't like it and like exchange it for something else. I think I did that. So, but I ain't gonna call no particular artist names out, but there was some times I had to take some joints back. The 90s was some good times, man, but it was some humbling times too, man, because that's when they actually had like paper food stamps, and your boy had to go up to the store a few times and use paper food stamps. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays you can just swipe the little card and be a little bit more discreet about it. But back in the day, it used to be like on blast, you know what I'm saying? Using your paper food stamps and getting food stamps and change if you know what I'm saying, overpaid too much. So that was another thing. Who else had to deal with that out there? So my hip hop recommendations right now, man, for the golden era heads, if you're not up on Demrick, you should check him out. He used to go by Young D, and now he just goes by Demrick, Demrick. He's kind of more in that vein of the golden era kind of style, and really associates with some of the heads from there. So I think he actually came up initially working with Cypress Hill and Be Real and them, but since then he's been working with like Jaron Benton and Dizzy Wright, and you know what I'm saying, he even got a joint out with Paul Wall, which is pretty dope. So you know what I mean, check him out. For my younger heads, I used to be a real big Roots fan. Not so much nowadays since the band kind of changed a lot, but the original Roots, man, like their first couple of albums, I guess maybe the first 3 albums, you can really kind of get an idea of, you know what I'm saying, what type of wizard that Black Thought really is. So if you're not up on the old school Roots albums, go back, do your homework on those, check them out. Man, I promise you'll enjoy it. A little bit of advice for my like the younger heads, you know what I'm saying, that's out there actually trying to be active and do their thing and be on the scene and be at all the places that's popping and all the spots and all that. So when I was out, you see cats at the spots, at the venues and whatnot, different artists and whatnot, and you chop it up with them, you get to talking, and I mean, it's always natural to try to network, you know what I'm saying, and build with other people if that's, you know what I mean, in the type of mentality that you have, which is what I had, because I wanted to, like, you know what I'm saying, build bridges. But a lot of the times when you're out at the clubs, man, like you're gonna run into people and run into what my man Star Child coined as club talk. Rest in peace to my man Star Child. But club talk is the kind of talk that you gonna run into when you see other artists at the club and you like, yeah man, let's work together, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna chop it up with you tomorrow, we gonna make all these plans, blah blah blah, and then like nothing ever fruitful comes out of that, you know what I'm saying? That's just the talk that you do at the club when you see people. So every now and then you might get lucky and something comes out of that, but for the most part, you know what I mean, you're gonna run into club talk. So just be aware that that kind of thing happens, you know what I mean? Don't get salty about it, I guess, and you know what I mean, just take it in stride. But you know, most cats that you run into out there is gonna be on that club talk stuff. For this week's moment of enlightenment, I think I'm breaking it up between men and women. So for the most part, men, you hear the phrase the whole 9 yards, and I want to let you know that's not a football term. You know what I'm saying? That actually comes from a wartime term when they used to shoot them big guns that had like the belts of bullets attached to them. Those belts used to come in like 9-yard strips. So when they was like really dumping on the enemy and just giving it to them, they shoot the whole 9 yards. You know what I mean? And that's where that term comes from. For the women, you might have heard the term G-spot. And a lot of folks don't know what the G in G-spot means. It actually means Grafenberg, you know what I mean? And I did a song about that too. So, but Grafenberg was a doctor, and you know what I'm saying, he was investigating female parts and found a spot that he wanted to name after himself, I guess. So, but yeah, there it is. All right, that's it for this week, man. Just kind of short and sweet, you know what I'm saying? Just wanted to kind of bring up something that I was thinking about, like how did, you know, your budget affect your ability to be a good hip hop fan? What did you miss out on? What type of embarrassing situations you had to deal with because your money wasn't right when you was coming up as a young hip hop fan? You know what I mean? Like I did. Anyway, man, I'm Virtue the Hip Hop Anchor. Maximum grind, minimum time. I'm out, baby.